So I'm Marty Robertson with Team Badfish. Been racing this car for almost 12 years in different variations. We started out in ODR and worked our way into the radio world racing RBW.
So Badfish gets the win.
Brand new Larry Jeffers chassis. It's got the Mix-Snotter Hemi in it, and we're running ProCharger, the 140 ProCharger, Liberty transmission, and we've got Mentor shocks up front and Mentor shocks in the back. Car seems to be working really good like it always has. We just got to get it ready for the big tire. Picked the car up, bought it 12 years ago. Took the car to Jerry Bickle to have him make it into a small tire radio car for us. Figured out we wanted to come play with the big boys. Went ahead and took a swing at it, sent the car over to Larry Jeffers to have the chassis configured for a big tire, and here we are. Actually, Bodie is a friend of mine. I've known Bodie for a number of years, and I ran into him at the Dallas race last year, and we just kind of caught up, hadn't seen each other in a while, and we're talking about this whole NPK thing. I was asking the same question you're asking me. What's it like? What's the process? And he said, it's funny you're asking because I'm actually looking for a new teammate to come on board, and thought I'd hit you up and see what you think about it, and tossed it around. Didn't really know if I wanted to go that deep off into it. Didn't really know what it was all about. So I went to another couple of races and with Bodie to just see what it's all about, and just really enjoyed the environment. I have a lot of respect for all these other racers that are already in the Invitational. What I like about the Haltech, especially the new Nexus system, is the user friendliness of it. So I'm not a tuner. I have a tuner, but Patrick can come in here and do some pre-work for me, set me up some tunes in the car, and if he can't be at a race, I can make a few phone calls with him and tell him what my conditions are, and he can give me a setting to put it on. I can easily, or one of my guys can easily make the change here at the track without him having to be here. That's one of the neatest things I've seen about a system like this.
My name is Jason Terrell. I'm from Walton, Kentucky. I'm co-owner of Tin Soldier Race Cars. I'm the pinky portion and my partner is the brain. And we plan to take over the world every night. As any good American four-door family sedan should have, it has a 600-inch big block in it with a couple stages of nitrous. It is old school cool on the outside, got a power glide in it. Got a 9-inch in the back that we didn't build, so don't look at it, it's pretty fugly. It does have our unequal 4-link kit in it that we sell for the no prep stuff. Our anti-roll bar, obviously all of our rear suspension is in this car, and we back halved it basically. All the new tubes is us. We didn't have time to paint it, but you can come in, buddy. This is Brixton. So on the outside, Charlie looks kind of like maybe a car you'd see parked out front of an old double wide. But on the inside, she's state of the art. It has a great chassis under it. Thanks to the guys at Haltech, it's got the R5 in it. It's got every sensor you could ever imagine. We're doing a whole lot. It's like the space shuttle, but wrapped in like an Airstream, right? That's probably the best way to say it.
My name's Tony McKinney. I drive the 66 Nova called Novacaine for Revolution Racing and Joe Minton. And we got our start here at the NPK back in 2017. It's a 66 Nova, a screw-blown Hemi, 400 turbo. We got a floater Moser rear end in the rear. It's all, the entire engine management system is Haltech. So the motor is a 521 Hemi. It is a Noonan Hemi with Noonan heads, C-rotor screw blower, and it's coupled by a Suncoast 400 turbo transmission. We were in the series in 2019. We were in the full series. I wanted to compete in a championship event. We won the championship. We won the whole small tire championship for NPK. The whole year, Dean Carnes was telling me, he says, dude, I'm getting you in a blower car. I said, you're absolutely crazy. They're freaking obnoxious. I will never drive a blower car. We started out in the 63. That was the original Novacaine. We did some street racing with it. We did some no prep. We did a bunch of different things with it throughout the year of COVID. And I told Joe, I said, Joe, I don't think this car is competitive in NPK, and I don't feel safe going, 3 anything in it. He said, all right, so let's build another car. And that's what we did. This was our very, very first time ever building a big tire car, driving a big tire car to this caliber, wiring anything. There was a lot of stuff that went involved with it, with, you know, a new Hemi. We didn't know anything about a Hemi. We didn't know anything about the car. We just knew that we wanted to go racing. We knew small tire stuff, and that's what we grew into, you know, grew up from basically. So once we started getting everything together, we would fight, you know, headers. We would fight everything about the car. We come down to, we finally got everything ready. It's time to wire it. And I look at this spaghetti and I'm going, oh no, what do I do? Victor and Nick both said, okay, look, you're looking at it way wrong. We start looking at the wiring. They started showing me pinouts, how things work. I was able to wire the car and never even seen a Haltech at that time. Here at NPK, we are racing the baddest guys on the planet. I mean, you know, we're running almost pro mod times on no prep. Steel roof, steel quarters, you know, we can't hit weight. We are 140 pounds overweight. There's nothing that we can do to get it down. So, you know, to come out here to compete, I'm basically doing this for me to prove that I can win one of these things. I won't go out there just to be on TV. It's not in my nature. I'm not an actor. I'm not a paid actor. You know, I want to go out there and I want to win, and I'm very competitive.
Hi guys, I'm Jim Howe. I live in Crossville, Tennessee, born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. In 1991, I took a scholarship to wrestle for the University of Tennessee. At the same time, I was drag racing, bracket racing all over the Midwest and also in the South. So we made the move to Tennessee to wrestle, but my ulterior motive was to move centrally located in the United States so I could race more and not have such a long drive. So along the way from bracket racing, a very dear friend of mine, Keith Szabo, who I grew up with, called me one day in the mid-90s and he said, hey Jim, he said, you want to come to Jackson, Tennessee and watch me run this outlaw race? Well, and then before I knew it, I built the car that most people would remember as Honky Kong, which I ran in limited drag radial. We built the car purposely built for limited drag radial, but before it was a limited drag radial car, it was a car I built to run on the street. Reached out to by somebody at Discovery wanting us to come run on one of the shows. And David Monday was contracted to build me the car that I'm sitting in front of right now, which is called the Gaurdian. Came out here yesterday, still a brand new car, we're still learning it. And we raced Doc on the Race Your Way In. We beat Doc yesterday, so we're in the Invitational today. But if there's ever a pass that's got as much pressure on you as you'll ever have, it's the Race Your Way In pass, because if you get beat, there's no mulligan, there's no second round, there's no buyback, there's no, like you get beat on Friday night, you are a loser, you're going home. And that's not what we come out here to do. We get some comments on my YouTube video, you know, you guys are awful cocky, you guys are awful sure of yourselves of these new cars. And I say this all the time, if you're not confident in doing what we do, don't come. The amount of power we have to pull out of these things is incredible to get them down the racetrack. Which leads me to what we're going to talk about, and that's Haltech. So in the process of building this thing, I was a Davis traction control user for a long time, MSD grid, and you know, that's what I knew. But the Haltech had some stuff that we liked. David Monday and those guys were running it on their Pro Mod cars, and we liked the interface, we liked the amount of things we can do. Literally, if you can think of it with a Haltech, you can do it. The Haltech box, for instance, runs all 8 of my high-speed jets on this thing. It controls everything on the car. You know, Patrick Barnhill holds my hand whenever I need it on this deal, and he puts his input in. And I was on the phone with him not 20 minutes ago saying, hey, look, I'm seeing something here. I don't know why I'm seeing it, but I'm seeing it. And I need to figure out why it's doing that. We built 2 cars that are identical except for the bodies. So every time one car makes a lap, it's the same as both of them making a lap. I'm getting data for the program out of both cars. You know, I'm just the pretty face out front, I guess. They don't get all the credit that they need, but I try to give it to them as much as possible.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, smash that like button. We put out a new video every week and sometimes even 2. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more awesome content.